All right, so here we go. This is the Adventure Time rotoscoping demo. First thing I'm going to do is import the video file, which you have on Folio. I can do this with anything, right? Any movie file or an image. So we talked about importing maybe a drawing that you have, or importing, let's say, the image of a kitchen, right? And you could use that as a base to start sketching your own, kitchen or living room or bedroom or whatever. So I'll go to File, Import, and here's where I would choose, right? If I was importing a sound, that's because I'm lip syncing some audio to my character. Images, right? If I'm tracing, a kitchen or a stool or whatever, and a movie, right? So let me do that. I'll go to my downloads, and I've got Adventure Time right here, right? You can see up here it says converting to, let me hide this, you can't see that, but it says converting movie to images, right? So I'll let it do its thing. It's going to take a little while because what it's doing is breaking apart the movie file into 24 frames a second. So it takes a little bit, and you guys can do this right now if you want, or you can, whichever is the best way for you to learn, you can just watch and take notes. So rotoscoping is a technique that's been around since the beginning of animation. Some of the very first animations were hand-drawn on film stills, and there are examples of drawing on top of actual film of people doing things or landscapes, but the practice is still pretty popular now. In particular, there are a few films. One's called Waking Life. Another's called Scanner Darkly. So those are by a filmmaker named Richard Linklater. And he is sort of the most prominent example of somebody who rotoscopes today. But even, when you're watching Netflix, the new productions, those animators are certainly looking at video of themselves or someone in the office, or found footage of certain activities. So if in your animation you want somebody to be swinging a baseball bat, it's helpful to look at a video of that. All right, so here we go. It says import as original, Toon Boom bitmap, or vector. I'm never going to turn it to vector because that'll slow it down way too much. So I'm just going to leave it as it is and hit OK. Because it's basically like already done the work, and it's saying, would you like it in this configuration? Okay. Now, we're importing, like, I guess 17 seconds of video. You would never really want to do that. So, like I said, for an example, like if you were using video of somebody swinging a baseball bat, that's a few seconds, and you could import that. You could record somebody with your phone doing the action, import that 3-second video clip, and rotoscope on top of that. Put your own character on top of that. But most people don't need to do that. You can just look at a video off to the side and pause it at certain moments, key moments, and go from there. But for this exercise, we definitely want to import because you guys aren't only learning how to, this isn't an exercise for learning how to draw transitions, which is what a rotoscope is. This exercise in 1 week gets everybody so much further than weeks and weeks and weeks of demo, because while you are rotoscoping, you're going to be thinking about line weight, line quality. You're going to be thinking about color palette. And this is just a good example of what I think is, very strong backgrounds in terms of color choice, but also in complexity. So, for example, this background here, there's not a lot going on, but it's a combination of line tool and then hand-drawn line. You see what I'm saying? And when you go forward, this looks like line tool because it's straight. This is all line tool, right? But then these little grass marks are hand-drawn, okay? And this is what we're gonna be focusing on today. Line, but you can tell this is hand-drawn. Line. This shadow is hand-drawn. So if you haven't noticed that before, if this isn't something that you've recognized while watching anime or cartoons, it just kind of went by, without you recognizing that fact. Go check out backgrounds for Bob's Burgers. I think those are some of the greatest backgrounds right now because there's so much combination of line, right? These very straight, and this is what I mean by line tool, very straight lines with hand-drawn elements. And when you do that, you will hold the viewer longer. So the backgrounds for Gravity Falls are an excellent example of that as well. All right, so what I need you guys to do is choose 2 examples in this 17 seconds to animate, okay? Everybody's gonna do the cat, and then you get to choose another one. Like you could do this, you could do the mouse. Now notice the background is moving. I don't care about that. That's too difficult for you right now. So don't, just ignore that. Just ignore the fact that the camera is zooming because we're not there yet, okay? But the cat one is good because it's camera's not moving, it's static. Okay, so how do I do this? How do I animate this? I have to break it down into layers. So there's a background, which is the grass. There's the back of the box. Because then the cat is on top of the box. So the cat's the next layer. But then look at this. Here's a layer of box that's on top of the cat. So it goes top of the box or front of the box, cat, back of the box, grass. Okay. So I'm going to put in these layers. So this will be grass. This will be back underscore box. This will be cat. And then this will be front underscore box. Okay? All right. If I turn on my light table and make sure I go to the beginning, I'll zoom in on my timeline here. So with my light table turned on, I can see everything, right? Because see how I can't see that. So I got to turn on my light table, and now I can see what I'm doing. If I mess up, it's because I'm in render view here. Don't do that yet. We're not there. So you can always go back to the the drawing window. Okay, so I'm going to start with, well, the grass, that's just static. I can do that later. So let me start with the back of the box. If I get my line tool, right, it's under the square, the rectangle, the ellipse, the align, the polyline. What I like to do is, well, first of all, my tool properties, I'll make this that's a 5 weight, right? What does 10 look like? 10's too big, so maybe it's a 7. Yeah, let's go with 7. There's a little bit of a curve here, right? So I'm going to go close to the corner, and then without letting go, I'm holding Command, right? And I can curve this line. I don't care about connecting them because I'm going to do that in a second. So for this part of the box, I need it to be 1, 2, 3 lines. Okay, this is the back of the box. So the cat's head is going to go over this part. Right. Let me see what's the best way to do this. Maybe I just come all the way through here and then delete. Yeah, that'll be part of the front of the box. Hold on. Yeah, this part will just be black. So I'm zooming in now because these are straight lines, and I can just start connecting them. Right. Back of the box. I'm holding Command here to get a curve. You can see here that they messed up. They didn't even clean up that line there. And then this will be part of the front of the box, but I need it to be black in there. So I'll connect this, and it'll just be black. Now to connect, I use the white arrow. See that? It's the white selection tool, and I'm just gonna scan. Scan, right? Those are all fine. So this is where I need to start connecting. What I do is I draw a line through the line I'm trying to connect, right? Then I come to this, grab it by the end. You got to get way in there to make sure you're closing gaps. And then once I do, I can select this line and sort of match it up. And if I select the circle, or if I circle the connecting point, I can start to adjust the bevels, right? So I'm getting way in there. It's tedious, but you got to do it because this is the only way to effectively, fill in the paint. That's pretty clean work. All right, so that's the front of the box. So that'll be black. So then what I need to do is this will be part of the front of the box. So I'm off camera here. I don't care what's happening. So this would be black, yeah. And I'm just doing this to see if these fill, and they do. right? I don't need to fill them right now because it'll just make my job harder. All right, so let's move to the cat. Where's the cat? There it is. So we'll draw it right when it's here. All right, that makes the most sense. What is the cat? Well, it's a series of line tools. And when I'm doing a circle, I never do one line. I always do two because it gives me more bend. And then at the connection point, I can really adjust the Bezier. All right. If it's, now that was half a circle, 2 lines. If it's a full circle, I don't do 2 lines because watch, it doesn't look right. Right? That's not good. So it's got to be 4. And you're just breaking up a circle into 4 slices of pizza, you know? So I'm drawing all the static parts of the cat, and then I will draw the mouth as a separate layer because it's moving, right? I could maybe get away with an ellipse in here, right? Yeah, I could get away with that. Okay, all static, all static. I'll save this. Hold on, let me. I could draw the static mouth right now. Holding shift to bend it a little. And for the color here, it's a deleted line. Right, so I'll just sort of line that up. Let's sort of line that up. That's pretty good. All right, so how do I connect these? My white selection arrow. Draw through the line, connect. I don't care that the Beziers are off right now. I'm gonna fix those after I make sure it goes point on top of point, right? Point on top of point, right? Those are all done. So now I can select these and adjust the Beziers. I can move them up and down. You know, I can just clean up. You know, that doesn't look like a good transition. So I kind of do that. That's good. Push. Right. We can move these down. That all looks connected. It should work when I paint. Same thing. Draw. Drag through one of the lines. Put this point on top of that point. Right. So I go like that. Like that. That. Right. So now I can get in here, smooth these out. This is in the way. I can't see what I'm doing. Put it back. See how this isn't a very good smooth curve. So I come in here and just sort of do that, you know, fix it. Right. Go to the other eye, drag, connect, connect. All right. And now I can fix these to, oops. Look at that one, that's no good. Okay. Better. Oh, the head's not connected. All right. So these lines through the eyes is a problem when I'm filling. So let me do this part of the head first. Now, I can make these any color I want, but as you know, for this exercise, maybe I want to make colors that are true to the animation. So I add a new color. I turn off my light table to get the true color, right? And when I control click and edit the color, I'm always in multiple wheel mode. I can drag toward this computer screen. What? I can drag the dropper. Yeah, I know. I can do this. Boink. Right now I'm getting like the actual color. And while I'm here, I can get the rest of the cat colors, right? So I'll get that white, even though it's pretty white anyway. Then I'll get the eye and the nose. Now, if I was really organized, I would call it nose, right? Because as an animator, you're gonna have hundreds of colors here, and you want to be organized. Okay, turn the light table off. I'm on my cat layer. This one's not working. Oh, look, I didn't fill this line. So fill the line. I don't care what color it is because nobody's going to see it. Okay, so that'll be the white. All right, so how do I delete these black lines? Well, it's not with the white selection tool. It's actually with the black one. Okay, now I can fill in the white. Now I can fill in the eyes, the nose, oops, and the pupils are just, black. All right, did I miss? Oh, it doesn't have a little eye line over there. All right, that's a good cat, right? Here's the problem though. Look, it's only one frame. So if I click and drag, it does kind of a handy thing, right? Where, it stays. But I need to find out how long the scene is, right? It's, now I'm looking right here where it says frame. So it's exactly 53, right? So for this cat, I'll extend it to 53. For this box, same thing. Right, 53. So the problem with my cat is that it's sitting there and not moving. So let me get it out of the way, right? So right here is where I want the cat to be, right? So I'll insert a keyframe. I'll control click, insert a keyframe, and then I'll get it out of here. At this point, I'll just drag it down. Yeah, okay. Now let's forget about the cat's mouth for a second. We could do that last. Let's do the front of the box. Oh, I got to plug in my computer. Hold on. All right, front of the box. When I grab my brush, I've got my light table on. We're good. All right. So same thing. I'm going to get that line tool, make it black. Now this is not one line. it doesn't do what I need it to do. I've got it to be like at least 2. It should be 3 because I'm bending in here and then I'm bending back here. So if I really want it to be true, this could be 1 line. Right. Now I need to, do this front. Black line there. I can hide the back because it's bothering me. Do like this. Like that. I'm not so concerned, obviously, you can see, about connecting the lines because I always zoom in to do that. So I'm concerned about the part of the box that hides the cat. Right? So there's this part of the box, right, is hiding the cat, and then I just delete this line, right? Or let's do it like this. So we've got the dark part of the box here, and then this line, I can delete it. Okay, these all connect. This won't fill, so I got to do that. All right. And then obviously this isn't going to fill, so I have to do a trick there too, right? I have to come in here with these extra connectors and then delete them. So whatever. Same thing, let's get some of the box colors. I got to turn my light table off. Control click. Boom. Add new. Boom. It's just 2 colors, right? Is that different? Oh, that's a darker one. So we'll go again. Boom. All right. Light table off. Let's see what we get. Here's the dark box. Oops, I didn't do his little eyes. I can just freehand that, who cares? Fill. Okay. And now we got the front of the box. It actually filled, look at that. I wonder if yours will. This is Harmony Premium. It would never have done that before. That's interesting. Oh, look at that. It's so friendly now. Okay. Cool. Well, good for them. All right. I can come in here with my, well, let me see what happens. Oops, one color. It's just working now. So I can come in and grab these, right? I don't, with my black selection tool, I don't want those. I want it to be like that. What color is that? Oh, it's just the same as the front. Okay. Turn off the light table. Get this front color in here. Okay, now here's a trick. When it doesn't fill, it's because it's got a gap. I can come in here, and what I should do is do it by hand because I'm a professional and I care about my work. But you can also do drawing, clean up, close gaps. And I'm applying it to this one whole layer. So I'm opening up a Pandora's box of problems. If I go away, I'm really closing all the gaps. What you're doing is you're slicing up the image into these weird slices, and you're many times making life hard for yourself. So I recommend this, the old, old school do-it-yourself technique. Yeah. And the dark goes there. And with the black selection tool, I can get rid of this line, right? Now I've effectively, oh, look at that. I kind of messed up there. White selection tool, I can close gaps. And then look at this weird thing that happened there. Whatever, right? We fixed it. Okay, now the cat, oops. We gotta make the top of the box extend exposures to 53. And now look at this. The cat is hidden, right? We can see here that our cat lags a little. So if we want it to be true, we could grab the cat at this point, make sure I'm on the right layer, and kind of do that, right? And it helps to be on a different layer to see that it's all lined up. So we've got front of the box, we've got cat, we've got back of the box, and then we'll do the grass and the mouth. All right, so grass, easy. I can just grab a square. Doesn't matter, right? It's off camera. And all it is 2 colors, right? So let's get those 2 colors. Turn off the light table. Boom. And get one more. And it's this dark one, right? And we can see my colors changing right here. I got a dark one. Okay, so light. Well, it makes sense to turn the light table off. To do the dark little swatches first. I should make them 7 so that my freehand lines are the same as my line tool. Right. It doesn't have to be exact, but in terms of like, learning and being clean, I think it makes sense to match it as much as you can. And then I'll fill the grass. All right. Make that go to 53. All right. We're in business. Cat. All right, here we go. Let's drag through. It's pretty good. I can turn the light table off. Oh, the back of the box, the eyeball's turned off because I double-clicked somehow. All right, good. Let's fill that back of the box. Where am I? Back of the box, right there. And then let me hide the cat. Come in here and fill the. Oops. Okay, so there's a gap there that I need to fix. So I'll just come in here and trace over these corners. That's another sort of quick way to close gaps in a hurry. And now it should be separate, and it is not. So let's try the little trick of close gaps, right? So we go to drawing, clean up, close gaps. Let's put it not all the way. Let's put it like in the middle and then try. All right, that fixed it. All right, so let's show our cat. Look at that. So now we have a vectorized, very clean, high resolution example of the animation, right? That's sweet. Now all I have to do is the mouth. And lucky for me, the cat only meows if I turn this off. Oh, I have to hide everything now. The cat only meows meow right there, and it's not really moving with a moving head. So it's just another layer on the top of everything. And that's it. Okay. All right, so let's do it. So the mouth starts here. It'll be its own layer, so we don't mess up the cat. Fine. Mouth. And light table up. Let's just freehand it and go quick. Right? So it goes like that. I'm moving ahead with the period and comma keys one at a time. And I'm going to where, oops, it changes shape again. Get in there better. And then it changes there. Changes there. So it's almost every second frame. Now, we're drawing at 24 frames a second. That's the default. Most animators still only draw at 12 frames per second, so you'd be skipping every second one. Now, here's a trick. If I drag this to the end and then I drag it back, look at that. It, for whatever reason, it fills in. Okay. So, oh, this first mouth. There's a tongue. Pretty good. Okay. All right. So let's get some of those colors. Light table off. Let's make a new color here. Now, if I don't make a new color and I accidentally change this one, it changes the grass. All right, so you got to be careful. All right, so let's get that tongue, and then the tooth is white and the inside is black. That's fine. So we have the tongue color. All right, let's turn the video off or hide it, just so we can see what we're doing. And I'm skipping ahead and doing all the tongue fills. Then I'm skipping back and doing all the black fill. Then I'm skipping ahead and doing all the teeth fills. Okay, we got a mouth. So let's watch it. I'll keep the video off so we know what we have. Meow. Okay, very good. Now, here's a problem. What happened here? So we have this old mouth. Meow. It doesn't. I'm covering it, but here is a problem. So what do? I could add white, right? This white, not this one. This will be a better match, right? So where do I add it? Well, obviously on the mouth because it's covering, right? So I could get my brush tool and just sort of like, do that. It's like whiteout, and that's it. Didn't take me long. Done. Cat goes meow, meow. Right. So I'll turn the speaker on, and let's hear it. Cat goes meow. Bird. Look at that. And this is the one that you all will do. Okay. Then, I'll zoom out of my timeline. You just choose any other. Oh, I got to turn the video back on. Choose any other one. And what we'll do next class is screen share, troubleshoot, and give you a week to do these two. And that will, like I said, teach you about line weight, the difference of the line tool and freehand drawing. We'll get more into freehand drawing and drawing smooth lines. But this is about the speed an animator works. It takes a while, but as you get better, you get faster. All right, let me turn off the recording.